We needed it.
I know. I feel like it's been forever. Like, honestly.
It has.
Well, it's because I was in the alien hole known as, well, not really alien anymore. HELLIER has taken a little bit of a turn. I'm J.R. Phillips. I'm the one that won't shut up, and yeah, you can't make me, okay?
And I'm Nico Harlekenden. I'm the one who took notes, lit them on fire, and then started a completely separate new project instead.
And welcome to BAM! Now you know everything! I'm J.R. Phillips. This is BAM. Now you know everything. Nico and I are reconnecting after we took little vacations, but we took vacations on different weekends and fucked everything up.
Woo! But that's life. At least we lived one weekend of the summer.
Yeah,
you know, we touched grass.
I melted in the Keys. I physically felt my moisture level, just every step was just gross down there. Gross. But you had a friend that came into town, right?
Yeah. I hiked up a sandy trail system over the dunes to go visit the inland ocean. Have you all heard of this experience in the Midwest? The inland ocean, the majesty of a lake too big to see across. Oh. It's not the fucking same as the ocean, and no one can make me fucking believe it.
If anybody I think you are the person that loves the ocean the most. And I just have to on earth, actually. Okay, so I think you'd get a kick out of this because on Substack, Thea reached out to me and asked for me to write a sea shanty poem. Not a sea shanty. I'm making it kind of like a sea shanty because I'm making it like the beach hellscape, right? But as I'm coming up with this, I'm like, Nico is gonna hate this because she loves the ocean and everything that comes with it and like the mysteries and stuff. And here I am just gonna talk about how brutal my ocean experience was over this past weekend and just imagining it to be the second layer of hell.
But this is perfect because you're a Pisces and so you're a fish. So it comes from the ocean. So anything you make is gold.
I don't understand how I can be a Pisces that does not like the feel of the brine. Okay? I just want fresh water all the time. I think I'm a koi fish. I'm a koi fish.
Fresh water? Well, the thing is that you're also in like nature's cauldron. You're in this soup of the hottest water ever.
That's true. That's true. I think I definitely like northern seas to hang out by. Do I want to swim in the northern seas? No, because I can't see my toes. I'm now very spoiled. I used to swim in jellyfish-infested black waters, don't know anything beneath you, going in like it doesn't matter. And now I live near the crystal clear water that makes you like a lazy son of a bitch and want you to retire by the age of 40 and not do anything. And that's where I'm at. But I miss the mountains. I'm always going to be a mountain girly, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I thought it would be a fun little ode to the ocean.
I can't wait to read it or listen to it if you record it and sing it.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's how I should be writing it. Why didn't I think of that? That's like my go-to.
That's your thing.
And I didn't even think to do that because I'm like trying to do a quick turnaround. So I almost did an acrostic poem.
Oh my God.
Have you read a good acrostic poem?
Good? No.
Okay, me neither. Okay. I just was like, am I shitting on a type of poetry that actually has some, merit out there? Or I just taught it to kids.
Yeah, exactly.
They got it, on
I
a
assumed.
cross-stick. So, okay.
This is the start of our shit-talking episode. Welcome. Buckle up and enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, let me talk about Hellier.
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm not exactly shit-talking Hellier, but I am going to say
I have a feeling.
I'm going to ask one question before I go into my delusions, okay?
Okay.
And the answer to this question, it doesn't matter because the origin of the emails, okay? The origin of these doesn't matter because what's happening around them is enough, okay?
That's right.
But I would like to know. So they get this email and, this guy David is like disappearing. They look up the IP addresses, right? And then the IP address shows that it came from down the frickin' street. And it seems like it could have been a fraudulent fake, whatever. How do I know that no one in that room is David and sent the email? And how do I know that no one in that room is also this new lady that pops up? I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Is it? All right. Anyway,
I haven't rewatched those episodes because I've been busy.
It's like Tiffany or something.
Yeah, it's a T name for sure.
It's a T name. And how do I know that none of them sent it? Now, it could be revealed to me in the end. I have not finished it yet, so I'm putting that out there. Mm-hmm. That doesn't necessarily mean that the synchronicities that are happening, the catacombs beneath the mountain ranges, and all the creepy stuff in the cryptids that they're discussing, and the green man don't have merit. Because as I said, way back when, I said that I was more ready to believe in an entity like Pan, not maybe pulling the strings, but being active. I was more ready to believe in that than I was goblins, right? I said that. That has not wavered, okay? Now, here's a quote that made me think of Nico instantly. My brain is running an A/B test for reality. And I think Nico and I have said A/B tests. Well, I won't say I said it. I haven't said it. Nico has said A/B tests to me throughout my entire journey in this business world that I'm venturing off into. Talking about A/B tests, talking about all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I gotta write that one down. Synchronicity.
Did it make you miss me?
Of course, and that's why I put it on here. Now, the tin can of it all.
Yeah.
I'm also, I guess, I don't want to be a skeptic, okay? I can't help the way I'm wired. I don't know why I would believe something that came from your mouth in an instant and not from the TV in an instant. I just don't have that. I am gullible to humans sitting across from me. Like you could tell me, I'd be like, oh, okay. Right. I am not with the TV. So this guy says he sees a tin can. It comes into his head. It freaks him out. How do I know that you didn't bring that tin can with you into the cave? And then you're like, oh my gosh, guys, look, it's a tin can. How do I know that you didn't find the tin can in the cave, spliced, edited, and then set it? Like, how do I know what part came first?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe there'll be answers for that, right? And maybe not. I do enjoy that they're constantly questioning their own reality and their own judgments. It definitely makes me more ready to believe that they're authentic.
They're grooming you.
But I'm also like this thing. Okay, synchronicities. This is the part that gave me chills.
Yes.
Okay. And I just put it on our notes app, Ishtar, right? Because I'm writing a book, and my book, A Forged Genesis, has to do completely with Mesopotamian and Babylonian myths. My lead character, Eresh, is in the mythology, Ereshkigal and Inanna, and Inanna later becomes Ishtar later on, are sisters. I'm writing a book right now that is splicing their stories into a reality that I am readily believing in. And now I'm watching this documentary, and I'm full of questions, right? But for them to bring everything back to the Morningstar, to Venus, to Ishtar, once again fuels my own delusions of reality that everything's connected by these threads, these stories that have lasted through ancient times. And now we're finding out that there's something even more ancient than Sumerian texts, right? We're finding out that, like, we don't know as much as we do, and they're still remaining very similar to the stories that we already know, right? So when I'm watching this, and Will is laying down in bed, this is on, he does not care about it, okay? He is like on his phone, and I'm like, and they talk about Ishtar, and I'm like, holy shit, I have chills. And I looked at him and I go, I'm not saying that this was for me, obviously, but as an author, we get so close with our work, right? And I'm going to say, we're conduits. If you're writing about mythology or fantasy systems, political systems, humanity at the base level, your story is like a conduit from the universe. You're not a bard, right? But your power is coming through that written word. Do I believe that a god is guiding my hand? I mean, it'd be cool if it was. I hope that they do a good job. But
I'd like a bestseller, please.
yeah, I'd like some recognition. I'm not saying I'm a prophet by any means. And I looked at Will. I was like, I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that there's so much lining up for things to hit me specifically. And I know I'm not the first, obviously, because you told me in the beginning that some people believe that this is kind of like an initiation. This is like not a hazing ritual, but, you know,
No.
it kind of feels like it could be a hazing ritual by Pan, who's just like, are you going to do it? You know, like frat boy energy.
Yeah.
I don't know yet because I haven't finished, but I am saying that a lot of times in my life, things line up. And it doesn't surprise me anymore. Okay, I'll give you a base example of something in my life, like just doing it because I knew it would, like a self-fulfilling prophecy, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I think self-fulfilling prophecies are, at the end of the day, magical. You know what I mean? Like, they can't just, they self-fulfill because something's making it, energy's guiding it. So if you believe in that, then you're already halfway there. Okay. I saw this guy in the hallway at high school. Thought he was hot. And I said, I'm going to date that guy. And I said, and I like knew it. I saw him. I knew it. I said, I'm going to date that guy. That guy became my first boyfriend. First boyfriend that lasted for like over a year, long distance. He wrote a song for me. He made a YouTube video for me. Such a sweet and amazing first boyfriend experience. Other than the fact that we were like 15, I moved 1,000 miles, angsty as fuck, right?
Ugh.
And not making the best decisions. But I knew it. I saw him in the hallway and I was just like, that's happening. And it happened again with my next boyfriend, and it happened again. So it was almost like I could just sense things, right? And then, I mean, I say it all the time, good things happen from that and bad things or lessons happen from that too. But everybody on this show is like, can you believe we got this like smallest detail? Like, it's just lining up, guys.
Wait, not everybody, just Greg.
I know. And
Bless him.
Another guy. Tyler? Is it Tyler?
Oh, yeah. Greg Jr.
Greg Jr. Greg and Greg Jr. They're just like, oh, but you said this. And then, you have like some of the devil's advocate people in the room too, which is good. But it's like, they're just blown away by like, you wore brown today, I wore brown today, kind of things.
I love it.
And it's almost like, well, then this must be new for you. Like, this must be a new sensation, but you've been studying the paranormal for so long.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess, and I put this in the notes app too, and I was like, it's not new for me. Like, that's why I'm not blown away, because I'm like, this is just my life. And if I thought my life was normal, right? Like, I thought everybody had these synchronicity, these moments that they were like, wow, it just lined up like that. I don't know if it's the author brain in me, right? That's like plotting my life instead of living my life.
Yeah.
Or
ruminating.
Right. Like, am I just searching for the connections because that's how I want to write and connect everything and no loose end? Or am I living a life that I am more open to it and have benefited from being open to it? So I'm not like blown away by these stacking up things. So I turn it over to you and I ask you, is your life, do you think you have, like when you watched HELLIER for the first time, if you can recall your own emotions, did it make you think like, wow, these guys and girl are so special because these things are happening to them? Or were you thinking like me, where I'm like, this is cool and all, but like I've experienced stuff like this before, so I can't wait to see where it goes, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yes. So okay. I will raise the stakes a little bit. I will change the stakes a little bit because when I was first watching HELLIER, it was definitely more of, how do I say this? Wow, I remember how that feels and I miss it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I also don't think like, well, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I don't think a lot of people watch it and are like, wow, these guys are so special and so cool, but
right.
Maybe more like, this makes sense, and I don't see a lot of things like this that make sense this way. So I'm just going to follow it.
Okay, I can get that too, because it's kind of like, I guess like for me, I take everything so extreme. It's just like my personality, right? It's like my moral.
You're so figurative and so abstract at the same time in weird, conflicting ways, and I love it. Those are some of your contradictions, and I love them all.
Yeah, so it's like when I watch something like this, it's kind of acknowledging those contradictions, right? Like,
yes.
And almost, what's the word? Affirming
yes.
them, right? That it's like, I can be both devil's advocate and believe in the devil and not care that he's the devil all at the same time. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Like,
absolutely.
And I just, so this show is very interesting. At first I thought, this could be a miss. Okay. Because
it's too weird.
Not necessarily too weird, but like a little like Blair Witch Project, a little bit
corny.
like, can I believe what I am ingesting? Whew. But then it sucked me in. It's got the dopest soundtrack. It's
that opening theme, yeah, so good.
Yeah, it sucks you in. These people, as much as I question their authenticity in the moment or after, while watching it, I can't help but put myself in their position and in their shoes. And there's sometimes when they're being recorded, and I know they're used to being recorded, but there's sometimes where they do like nervous mannerisms that I would do. Like when I'm being recorded, that I try to like sit a certain way. I try to like talk a certain way. I try
change your shirt, pull your shirt away from your belt and maybe your roll when you're sitting down. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that part I'm like, oh, okay, like they're not like PR trained, right? Which we're so used to seeing in influencer culture and things like that. So like when you see this, it makes you go, oh, okay. That's what.
They're so authentic.
Right. Yes. I don't know. This is hard for me.
I appreciate that you're pursuing it anyway.
But I am enjoying it. Yeah. Like I definitely am enjoying the ride.
It is so good for some juicy recommendations for books and what have you and other media to consume and make yourself a swirling head case of weird, which I love.
Yeah.
But you said, just one more thing. You said one more thing. Writers being a conduit to the universe. Love that.
Yeah, I definitely believe people are bestowed certain gifts for a reason. And when you don't use them, you're sad.
But what if you were a bad conduit?
What if you're a rusty conduit? What if you are clinging to an idea of who you thought you should be and refuse to pivot? That is a real thing, right? Like I want to finish a Forged Genesis. Like that's number one. But I think my brain is telling me to do other things so that I'm honing my craft better. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of talk around Audra Winters. Or Winter, not Winters. I want to call her Audra Winters all the time.
It's a good soap opera name.
Yeah, I mean, Winds of Winter, I don't know. Anyway, that wasn't Winters again. I don't know. I just want to say it, I guess. Anyway, it's okay.
Oh my God.
She's 22. She made 6 figures from pre-sales. An indie author's dream. Okay?
She did it.
I was not in love with the world when I heard it because it's based on astrology. And I know more about astrology than just reading some horoscopes every day.
This world is called the World of Guardian, right?
Yeah. And the book Age of Scorpius came out. And she is a Scorpio, but she made the Scorpios in her book the bad guys, like the government. Oh, my hair's in my eye.
They'd be a good government.
All right. This is the thing that I think all writers and artists can be flawed by. You know a lot about yourself, but you don't take the time to learn about the other part of everybody else. So the Scorpios are very well thought out because she probably knows them the best. She's been creating this world for 10 years. So that means since she was 12. Now, I'm not going to knock that part of it. That's like low-hanging fruit. But a lot of writers start off very young. They can be very talented. And the thing is that they usually have some helpful hands like editors that help them along to chisel away some of the fat, like Stephanie Meyer and Twilight. right? I think she was 16 when she wrote the first Twilight.
Oh, incredible. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm sure you guys will fact check me. Anyway, I don't think it came out when she was 16, but it definitely like went through the querying process and stuff like that. Sarah J. Maas was 17 when Throne of Glass was first released or written, or she wrote it when she was 17. I don't know if it got picked up when she was 17. Again, I don't know that. Both of these series have done very well. Both of these authors are very well known. So age doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the stemming concern. What is a concern is that you say you are this experienced, accredited, award-winning author, and you're 22.
Did she say award-winning?
Mm-hmm. And she has like a lot of videos where she's hyping herself up, which I get because on social media, that's your job. You got to hype yourself up. You're marketing your book. You believe in this world. You love this world. But she didn't listen to any feedback is the number one thing. And she sent out a book that had a line in it. He slowly breathed out while he breathed slowly or something. And you're an editor. You hear that, you read that, and you go, let's just like tweak it a little bit. Maybe we don't even need that line. But it just doesn't come off like it was edited.
I haven't read it.
And I've only read the excerpt that she showed in before, like when pre-sales were going on. Her reasoning for why the voice comes off the way it does is because the main character is an autistic ADHD lesbian. And as somebody who is neurotypical and not like the straightest of the straight that's out there, I can read this perspective and like an interesting, intricate voice. But I don't know how to explain this part.
She didn't know that this could be an outcome is a thing. When you're young, regardless of neurotypicality or neurodivergence, you don't know that these things can go wrong until they happen. And then you learn from them.
Yeah. And I think there's that pressure too that nobody's really talking about is when you're expected to deliver something. These people have spent all this money on you and you have a team now behind you of like amazing artists and you want them to be compensated. And so of course maybe you rush a little bit. Maybe you want it out there. You want to give the people what they've been waiting for. You want to put up and shut up kind of deal. But
can we talk about how great of a project? I know some project managers who have a high salary, do it professionally, who couldn't accomplish what she did.
Yeah, she's like created something. Now, the thing that a lot of people are saying is her marketing, because a lot of indie authors are jealous of her marketing, and not in the bad way. But when you go and you look at like her videos and content and things like that, there's not that much different that she's doing, other than the fact that she's been on social media platforms talking about this book for years, like 3 years at least.
And it's about something that's interesting to a lot of different people. Everybody has a birthday.
Yeah.
Most people know it. So it's a game you can play, astrology.
Right. And not a lot of people have in-depth knowledge that are going to get bothered by certain things. She made sure she gave everything a balanced thing. I think she created a really cool world, and I am excited, but the writing has to come first.
The thing that I know is that she hired two different editors to make passes.
Mm-hmm. But did you listen, or were they just hype men? You know what I mean? But I feel for her. I feel for Winter. I had to check my own jealousy, and I think some of these other indie authors got to do the same. Because one setback is not going to derail my end goal, and I know it's not going to derail your end goal. So I hope that other indie authors are seeing that she's probably making as many waves of popularity because she's against AI.
Mm-hmm.
Very vocal about it. Very, very vocal about it. Somebody said that it looked like her art was AI. She went on a diatribe about how this is my team. How dare you?
Scorpionic.
Yeah, like how dare you accuse? And I was like, hell yeah, get that AI out of here.
Give it to him.
And I was like, and anyway, so I think she's doing a lot correct. It's just, I think more baby authors need to write short stories. And it's a good marketing strategy.
That is true.
In my opinion.
There are plenty of fucking indie authors that are putting out products worse than hers may be. I just know the numbers. You know what I mean? Like, statistically, there are. It's just like there's a wide range of quality when it comes to anybody doing things themselves. We have to remind ourselves of this.
Right. It's like, this is why I love indies, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. And there is a huge pool of talented indie authors out there that don't get enough recognition, in my opinion. But a lot of indies go from never writing anything to trying to write this giant book, and no one cares about it, and it's not edited, and it's just not up to par. Readers are not going to take indies seriously. It can't just be all yes men in your circle, you know?
Exactly.
So
you got to have people that are going to give it to you straight from a different perspective, whether they're right or wrong.
And a big thing, especially, so of course I like romance as a genre, dark romance in particular, and a lot of indie authors think I could do that. And then they put out this garbage of like sexual assaults, and like this latest one, okay, paint the picture. We just had that woman who was dead and forced to carry the baby, right, in North Carolina, right?
God.
That horrible thing that was happening. And then this author is coming out with a book that's about a surgeon or doctor or whatever, obsessed with this girl who's in a coma, and it's a dark romance, so you can paint the picture. Now, I like a lot of weird stuff, okay? I like a lot of it. I read dark romance for a reason. I have taken BDSMtest.org. I know where I am on the kink scale. I just don't think in a time where a woman is being called a host body with a forcing to incubate a baby as she's rotting should inspire you to write a story. And I'm not saying it did inspire her, but the things, it just is, there's too many things that correlate. Ugh.
It makes me think it's the news story, not this. I had no idea about this book, but the book is what happens when capitalist hellscapes are permitted to exist. But the actual news story always reminds me of Kill Bill.
Yeah, wiggle the big toe.
Your name is Buck, right?
Yeah.
And you like to fuck, right? Disgusting.
It is. It's disgusting.
Gross jar of Vaseline and the fucking lead up sequence to that.
But the sweet, sweet revenge. The sweet, sweet revenge. Like, that's the one thing about Kill Bill and movies like it that show gratuitous things, right? Or allusions to it.
Mm-hmm.
The retribution has to be there.
People hate it. You and I, we love it.
Yeah, the retribution factor, we're done. We are done with just sitting back and being like, oh, would have been nice. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm just going to be the bigger person. No.
Arrest that man.
No, that man's dead now, okay? I don't care anymore. I am so over it, and it's like, if I don't feel safe around you, well, you should not feel safe around me. That's how I feel. And if you're making my friend feel not safe, you're gonna hear from me.
That's right. In the Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
With my box cutter.
Oh, well, okay, very specific. Well, a show I'm obsessed with came out with a new season Wednesday. Okay,
Wait, Love Island?
I did finish Love Island UK, but that's not what I'm talking about. Wednesday came out with their second season.
Cool.
Right? And I bring it up because bringing it back to the world of The Guardian, it's YA. And a lot of people like to shit on YA for some reason. I don't know why. YA is amazing. Wednesday Addams, YA, quintessential. Did you watch the first season, Anna?
No, I knew you were going to ask. This is the second time someone has asked me today if I've watched Wednesday, and I'm just so sad because I feel like it's on brand.
You could freaking be Wednesday for Halloween and like rock that shit. It would be amazing. First season of Wednesday, thoroughly enjoyed. This season, Pugsley is having more of a character, which
cool.
I like the dynamic, but why are all Pugsley's scenes gross? Okay, so all of Pugsley's scenes so far are rotting corpse that he brought back to life that vomits all over him. I'm like, okay, this is the YA part that I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that when you were a kid and you saw it and you're like, it's so gross, but you're like laughing. Because it was
like Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, yeah. So it's like a very good nostalgic kick, and I love it. But it's like, why do you got to make the boys have the gross parts?
Statistically, their brains develop slower. But who knows if that's nature or nurture.
Or something that men said to not be held accountable for anything responsibility-wise.
I don't trust doctors anyway.
Oh, true crime that I ingested was about Lizzie Hazard, Starvation Heights. She literally went around saying that she was an MD, a doctor. She's not a doctor. She got fined $50 over and over again. So this takes place back in the way back times.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, she literally starves people to death. Because she believes in fasting, but not fasting like intermittent fasting. No, fasting like you only get 1 glass of tomato water every 3 days. It was scary. So I at least, if you like true crime, look into that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, will do.
It was interesting. No retribution. There's nothing that redeems this woman. She's evil.
Get her. She's like, what's her name? Annie Wilkes from Misery.
Yeah. No, there's no, even though in Misery, I'm not saying that she gets anything, okay? But she definitely had like a mental illness that was like stalker, like.
Fantastical. Yeah.
Yeah. So like there was like a rhyme and reason. This lady, no rhyme and reason. She's just freaking evil.
A psychopath.
Yeah, she's just watching these people wither away in front of her. And then she's like, it's not my fault. They're just genetically flawed.
What? Unreal.
It's crazy. Also, I do want to say before we end things, you guys need to check out 5051. You need to follow along. Protests are happening all across the country. There was a 24-hour protest in LA. They didn't let anybody know about it. They're now referred to as music festivals so that you can find them easier on social media. 5051 is gearing up for the next nationwide protest. So just, keep vigilant, keep safe, and all that jazz. You're not alone.
Love it.
All right, well, I gotta go get my riot gear on. I'll see you guys next time on Bam, Now You Know Everything.